This is an intermediate and advanced video on how to do more on YouTube analytics, fetching your YouTube data from your YouTube, the YouTube studio to Excel. But first, you must go through Google Analytics. But first, you must go through Google Docs. So I'm going to demo how you get here by getting your analysis of the views over time. This is between 2022 and 2023 October. Watch time, the revenue that you get. Then down here we have the countries. When you download your data, usually it gives you the country codes but does not give you the actual name of countries. We are going to use Power Query to do this type of analysis so that you get it this way. Now, when you download your YouTube data, it comes down here as just Excel data that you have to do some transformation. There's the date, the views, watch time in hours, estimated revenue, then there is the month. All these are calculated columns in Power Query. So we'll start first by venturing into YouTube Studio. I'm assuming that when you watch this video, you already have a YouTube channel. So first you log in to your studio.youtube.com, go to your channel, you'll see all this. You'll see current views for the last 28 days. I can go down and check the last 1 year lifetime, 2023, 2022. So I'm going to show you what happened in the last 365 days. You'll see all these views and you'll see all these nice charts going down on the content. Now, for you to download this data to CSV or Google Docs, you need to go to switch to advanced mode. Click advanced mode and you'll get land here. While at advanced mode, you'd want to, for example, explore your data on either content, the traffic source, geography, cities, viewer age, gender, date, revenue source, and more. For this video, I'm going to delve on the geography. So the geography tells me, I'm recording a video, please. I'm busy here. For this video, I'm going to delve on geography, so you can see views by geography, and also there's another secondary matrix here. So for this case, you'll see my views all the way from the countries that are watching my videos, the views, the watch time, and the average duration. Now, once you have the filters that you want, you can pull this either by weekly, monthly, or yearly. But what is important is I want to see the last 365 days. You could go back to a longer period, but that's not important for this video. Now, once you have the 365 selected and I've identified that I want the geography, then I can go here and export the current view. You can either export it to comma separated values or Google Sheets. If you want to have this data live in your Excel and keep refreshing them day in, day out, then you can pull this directly to Google Sheets. So I'll go the path of Google Sheets. Then it will generate your Google Sheets or the Google data in a new tab. So make sure that there is a pop-up that has been blocked. I'm going to check that. I'm going to allow pop-ups from Google Docs, then click done. If I don't see that, I can go back and download the spreadsheet so that it can open in a new tab. You can see that it has opened in a new tab. It's going to load my geography, that is the country, the views, watch time, and average duration. Now, I want to get this to Excel, but I want to always refresh my data so that every day I have my new views in a dashboard or in a daily report. So under Google Sheets, of course, I'm assuming that you must be signed in. Go to File, then go to download, go to share, then publish to web. On publish to web, it will ask you what do you want. Remember, on the download, you'll see table data, chart data, and totals here. I'm interested in table data. So I'll go to File, Share, then Publish to Web. Now here, I want to get table data as a web page. And then down here, when you expand this, you'll see that you can automatically republish when changes are made. So what I want to publish is everything, entire documents. Then I click Publish. Then it will ask me whether I'm sure I want to publish. I'll say OK. Once I get that, now you can share these or simply copy these values. Copy that link here. Control+C. Then I'll go back to Excel. Go to a new book. Then under the new book, I'll use Get and Transform by going to Data, Get Data from other sources. Then I go to the web, Get Data from web. When this loads, I will paste my link from Google Sheets and click OK. Now this dialog box loads. What we're interested is in the table, that is the data that we chose to load. I'll get a blank column here, column 2, all the way to column 6. Then I'm going to use transform. Now this will load the Power Query dialog box. Now I'll go to Power Query Editor, where I'm going to transform my YouTube data to any format that I need. First, I'll need to pick this empty column and then remove that column. I can leave the index column that shows my entries of the data or the rows. I want to use the top row as headers, so I'll go click Home, then use first row as headers. Then rename this. I'm going to call this YouTube views, like that. Then once I have this, I don't need the total row, so I'll come here and filter out so that the total row, I don't need this total row. Click OK. I'll get that. Now I'll see this is the duration, so this is the geography. I see the geography like that. So I know AN is India, US, then there is the Philippines, Pakistan, South Africa, Canada, Bangladesh, United Arab Emirates, and Great Britain. So let's say I want to pick my first and I want to rename this as countries. So I'll go to transform, I'll go to add column, then I add a conditional column. So I'll just do for the first, say, top 5 countries. I'll call these countries. Then use the column name that says if the geography is equals to IN, that becomes India. Then add another clause. Then repeat the same. Geography is equals to US, that is, I'll call that United States of America. Add another clause that says geography is equals to PH, that is Philippines. I hope I have the spelling correctly. Then add another one, geography is equals to ZA, that is South Africa. Let me have another one, KE is Kenya. Again, you can look up for these codes on Google and you'll get the actual country codes for each country. CA for Canada, and so on. Now, I can tell Power Query that anything that I've not named here, I can call that other countries. Like that. That will create for me a column called countries, and anything that is not named here, anything that I don't name here, the other countries, I'll click OK. So I have it this way. So top 10 views. Now I can load this data, home, close, and load. And you can see now all my geographies have been coded the way I want. Now, should I need to, for example, create a pivot table by country, I'll just go to Insert, Pivot Table, from Table, then OK. Then here on my pivot table, I'm going to name this pick the geography, pick the countries, put it on the rows, and then I can put the word time in hours, and it gives me like that, and I can sort this in descending order so that I know, of course, this is my first top country, followed by United States, Philippines, South Africa, Canada, and Kenya. You see that? And you can do more analysis. Now let's look at doing analysis now for the dates. So I'll go back to my YouTube page. Then for this time now, I'm going to go to the traffic source. Now the traffic source will contain the date. So whenever I extract this, it's going to give me an extract of the date. I'm going to download it, then use Google Sheets. Chrome is going to create another new tab for that, and you can see I can get my chart. So this is the sources for my pages. You can of course go back, extract that. I'm going to go back again here and go to the dates. So on the dates, I want to extract and do analysis by date. So I'm going to again use 365 days, download this, and download Google Sheets. Now it will give me what I've done per day all the way to November, the views, watch time, and the estimated revenue. Now I'll go back here, File, then Share, Publish to Web. Of course, I'm going to leave all the defaults. Then down here, you'll see that automatically publish when changes are made. Click Publish to get the link. I copy this link and go back to my Excel document, which is Book 4. Create a new sheet, then go to Data, get data from other sources. I'll click the web and follow the same steps where I paste the link from Google Docs. So I'll paste my link here and click OK. So again, I'll pick this table 0 that has the date, views, and the columns. Click Transform Data from Power Query. So this evaluates automatically and brings you a new query that you can name it. You can rename the query. It will be called Table 0, but I'll call this views by date. So I'll call this YouTube views by date. I'll proceed to remove the column that I don't need. Then leave this index column. Use the headers. Use the top row as headers. Then I don't want this total one. I'm going to remove total. Pick that. Notice the steps that anything I do in Power Query is brought down here as steps. Since Power Query doesn't have undo button, anything that you do here can be undone by deleting that step or steps. Now once here, I can transform this into a real date. Click on the date, transform. I'll change this to date. You can see it has formatted correctly as a date. Everything there that I don't need average duration. So I'll go here and remove columns. I also don't want to analyze anything on the estimated revenues. So I'm going to remove the revenues and stick with the dates. Now, since this is 2-year data, I'm going to create a new column that is going to use the dates to create a year. So add column, go to the date, then introduce a new column called the year. That is the year. Go back to date, introduce the month number, that is 1 to 12. Go back to dates, introduce month name. I'm going to produce another month name there. If I wanted to see where there are spikes during the week across the ages or across the dates, I can go pick here and pick the day of the week, day of the year, such the day of the day. I'll also pick here the month. Actually, I have the month already, so I have the year, the month, and the month name. So that is, I'm satisfied with that. Everything looks good. Now I go back home, load, close and load. So you'll see now I have the original YouTube views and I have another one called YouTube views by dates, and you can see it has downloaded 365 rows to show that this is my data for the whole year. Now from here I can do meaningful analysis, say a report for the month, the year, and the watch time or the views. Let's do a simple one and a chart for the month, the month name, the year, and the view. So I see the top views. So I'll go to insert, pivot table. Of course, you can use other methods. You can use a formula summit to do your summaries, but for this video, I'm going to use here I'm going to introduce the year goes here, the month name down here, and then I'm going to pick the views and put it there. You can also put the watch hours, and you can see these are the sum, and you can see clearly that my last 35 days is from December to September. So clearly this is my 10 months and 2 months in 2022. From here, I can generate my chart comfortably, and it's good to have a line chart for time data. So put it like that. This is so you can see sum of watch time and values. I can change this to secondary chart. So I'll right click for my data series, then change that to secondary chart so that I have my two series showing correctly, where I know 2022 it starts from there all the way, goes up, goes down. You can even introduce data labels, but be careful not to add a lot of data labels should you crowd your charts. Thanks for watching. My name is David Candia.